Aries, Libras, Cancers, and Capricorns, welcome to your monthly forecast reading when it pertains to the month of September, y'all, okay? We are inching closer to 2026, okay? This is a time to where the seasons are changing. We're stepping back into like the cooler energy, okay? The falls, the winters, and stepping into this month looking for September, y'all. You know, September is going to be a very heavy month for many people, okay? Because this is going to be the month to where we are going to be having an eclipse. So whenever we go through an eclipse, this is going to be a very transformative and pivotal time in many people's lives, okay? The eclipse is basically like a full moon slash new moon on like drugs, okay? This is a full moon and a slash new moon on heavy drugs, so where energy is very intense, and this is where we get our most wake-up calls, transformations and transitions and dreams, spiritual downloads that we need right now when it pertains to how we need to level up, protect, grow, or even expand in the best way possible. And with these two eclipses coming up, it's going to be in the signs of Virgo and Pisces. So these two eclipses are going to come in very heavily when it pertains to focusing on, as far as the Virgo aspect, our health, our mental health, our gut, our pets, our diets, working, our jobs. That's what this eclipse is going to be bringing in some major transformations around, okay? And then when it hits the Pisces axis, this is where we're going to be getting like a lot of spiritual downloads, where we need to level up or transform in the way that we create, the way that we dream, the way that we protect, the way that we maybe even meditate, connect with our ancestors, maybe tap more into like praying more. So these eclipses really want to focus heavily on when it pertains to where we need to get ourselves together as far as our body, our health, and mental health, but also when it pertains to our dreams, our creativity, our drive, and the way that we are utilizing our intuition, okay? Cardinal signs, diving into this energy for y'all, okay? For the month of September, I do feel like September is going to be a month to where it's like, bitch, I am tired of feeling and being unfulfilled in the circumstances, the relationships, the habits, the routines, or patterns that I am in right now, okay? So cardinal signs, I see September being a month for y'all, like really like I'm bossing up. I want to step more into like my happiness, my joy, my purpose, my fulfillment. I no longer want to keep keeping myself stuck in this stagnant mindset, these stagnant cycles. It's like y'all are needing and wanting to go after more in the month of September, and I think it's fucking beautiful, okay? Like I said, I feel like with the Nine of Cups coming out in reverse, the Nine of Cups is all about fulfillment. It's all about happiness and your dreams coming true, and, you know, wishes being fulfilled. But in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse is like I'm devastated, I'm unhappy, I'm unfulfilled. So the beginning half of September may kind of start off in a way to where I do feel like wake-up calls will be happening around y'all, to where it's like, damn, I'm really starting to realize I'm no longer happy in this, or I no longer feel fulfilled in my job. I no longer feel happy doing what I'm doing, and now it's time for me to start figuring out how I can start planting and making space for what I need when it pertains to fulfilling myself again. And like I said, this could be in your relationship, this could be pertaining to your job, your health, your friends, your finances, anything, okay? With the Ten of Wands coming out, cardinal signs, September is going to be that month to where it's like I'm sick and tired, I'm sick and tired, I'm sick and tired of carrying the emotional baggage, the heavy responsibilities, overworking myself, overextending myself, doing more than I can motherfucking handle. September is going to be coming in very heavy for y'all, because it's like with the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Emotions in reverse, I'm tired of sacrificing myself. I'm tired of staying stuck in these same habits and patterns and unhealthy emotional wounds or battles that I'm going through with this person, at this job, with myself, with my health. And now it's like, you know what? I need to start figuring out what is it that I need to start nurturing again. What is it that I need to start pouring into again that's going to give me that drive and give me that fulfillment that I'm looking for, okay? So that's why I feel like the King of Pentacles came out. Y'all already know when the Pentacles come out, that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So that's all about security, stability, structure, and finances, okay? So with the King of Pentacles coming out, I can definitely see that September is going to be a month to where it's like I want to get myself back into like a secure state, secure mindset, secure finances or secure bank account, a secure job, a secure relationship. You know, the King of Pentacles is like, how am I grounding myself in the things that I need? How am I grounding myself in the things that I probably already have, that I could probably like expand in more, or water more, or maybe protect, or stabilize more? That's what you have to really ask yourself. Whenever the King of Pentacles come out, this card is all about success, it's all about thriving, and it's all about like really expanding, but it's also about maturity, it's also about wisdom, it's also about hard work and effort. So September is going to be that month to where with the Knight of Wands coming out, don't be afraid to pursue, start, go after, challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to kind of go on whatever adventure you need right now for yourself in the month of September, okay? This is going to be a month where it's like, I want to have fun with me. I want to start experiencing some things, or maybe even getting back into some things that I probably never experienced, or that I probably kind of took a pause on, or just maybe forgot all about. Whenever the Knight of Wands come out, that's a card that's like, you know what? It's time to kind of get back into the game. It's time to get back into my happiness. Even with the Knight of Wands coming out, this card could also represent sexual pleasure. Baby, if you feel like you need that pleasure yourself, baby, okay? In whatever way you want to do that, okay? Whether it's with yourself, with somebody else, whatever, okay? But like the bottom barrel of everything, the Knight of Wands is just a card that represents passion. So September is going to be all about how are you getting yourself back passionate about the things that you want to start seeing thrive, the things that you want to start growing in, the things that you want to start igniting, okay? So with the Knight of Wands, you're being asked to find your passion again for many different aspects and areas of your life and for yourself right now, okay? So with the Queen of Swords coming out, y'all already know swords represent the energy of how we're thinking, how we're planning, how we're organizing, how we're even facing our fears, but also standing our ground when it pertains to our needs and when it pertains to our wants and needs, okay? So with the Queen of Swords coming out, cardinal signs, I really feel like September is going to be that month to where it's like, y'all are going to have to, once again, boss the fuck up. Okay, your thoughts, your dreams, your way of expressing yourself, your wants and needs, all of that matters. And now you have to start figuring out a way in September to start implementing this into a routine, into a plan, into something that can help bring you up, give you that motivation, give you that drive, give you those day-to-day habits or patterns or routines that can kind of get you flowing and going again. Okay, so with the Queen of Swords coming out, this is going to be a month to where it's like you need to learn how to be a little more observant of what needs to be released and healed or repaired or fixed. And then after you kind of get all of that together, let's start figuring out how I can start planning, prioritizing, organizing, okay? All of the things that you need right now in this month so you can make sure that these last 4 months is going to be everything that you need it to motherfucking be, okay? So that's why when I even pulled the lesson cards for y'all, the lessons that I feel like y'all will be going through this month is trust. Okay, this is something that's going to be heavily affected around y'all. Major lesson, okay? This one says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So trusting yourself, trusting your decisions, trusting your process. That's what you need to really make sure that you're implementing this month, okay? Y'all also did get blame. Okay, this card says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. Okay, you can't sit here and blame this person, blame this job, blame that. Baby, you have to take responsibility for your own well-being. And that's only going to come with you, once again, what did I say? Standing up for yourself when it pertains to your wants and needs. So taking responsibility, taking accountability, being self-aware of yourself and even your external environments and what you're going through is going to be very much key for you, okay? Make sure that you're not blaming nobody but your damn self, okay? That's exactly why failure came out for you. This is going to be like a major lesson. You may feel like you're failing at things. You may feel like you maybe had to quit that job or got fired or had to leave that relationship. Now you feel like you're failing. You're not failing, babe, okay? You're only leveling up. So look at this as a redirection. Look at this as a replan, a reorganization, a re-idea that you need to just kind of That's what's being centered around you, okay? How am I reimagining? How am I replanting? How am I reorganizing? How am I re-implementing some new things? You have to start making sure that you're looking at things to where it's like, okay, just because one door closed does not mean that another door is not sitting there waiting for me with my name on it. I just have to figure out a different way to get there. I have to figure out maybe a different route or maybe some different habits or some different ideas that can kind of make this a little more stronger or can kind of ground me more into this energy, and I can feel more safer or more passionate to go after this, okay? So this is going to be all about putting in that hard work in the correct way possible, okay? That's exactly why also humor came out around y'all. I really want y'all to make sure that y'all are enjoying September. Whenever a humor card comes out, this is the card that's like, okay, don't be afraid to laugh. Don't be afraid to maybe even go on like a little comedy show. Don't be afraid to look at the lighter side of things, even if you may be struggling. Don't be afraid to just smile. Don't be afraid to give yourself the grace and gratitude to be like, look, I may be struggling. I may be going through these obstacles and challenges, but you know what? I can look at the brighter side of things and be like, look how far I've come. Look how much I've released. Look how much I've changed. Look how much I've grown. And I'm no longer holding on to what was that's keeping me stuck in these same patterns, habits, and spaces. Yeah, I also got the lesson of forgiveness being centered around y'all. Okay, so this one says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment only blocks the flow of love. So if you need to forgive yourself, forgive somebody else, embrace the energy of forgiving. okay? Embrace the energy of making sure that you're not harboring or holding on to anything that could just be blocking you from expanding, healing, or growing after more, okay? That's exactly why peace came out. Embrace more peace in the month of September, okay? Your peace matters, whether this is disassociating yourself with people, breaking up with that person, isolating, taking a break from whatever you need to take a break from. Peace is what matters, and you need to make sure that you're incorporating that into your day-to-day routine. So then lastly, success came out for y'all. Okay, success. Okay, so I know that there is no greater goal than to love and to win. Okay, so with success coming out, like I said, I do feel like this month is going to be like very much successful for y'all. For some self-care tips, I really want you to make sure that y'all are practicing some deep breathing. Do some deep breathing exercises. Go put you on a YouTube video. Go really make sure that you're finding a way to incorporate breathing in and out. And like I said, keeping yourself grounded and calm through the chaos and through the bullshit, okay? Make sure that you are fueling up your body and making sure that you're detoxing all about that energy, the pain, the sadness, the drama. Connect with your ancestors. Another self-care tip, okay? Whether you want to meditate, whether you want to pray more, whether you want to write down some things and manifest, whether you want to ask them for a sign, connect more with your ancestors. You also got make a meal. Okay, so maybe stay at home and do some cooking. Stop shopping out or always buying out, getting some fast food. Make a meal, okay? Maybe make your favorite meal. Maybe make a meal for your family, okay? Make a meal or make a couple meals, okay? Y'all also did get create art. Create art in the month of September, okay? Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you're talented with, go create in that energy, okay? Maybe even if you want to do a DIY or you want to do something new, go create whatever art you want to create. You also did get build strength. Build strength is like either you want to maybe need to go to the gym more, get back active with your gym membership. Maybe you want to just do some push-ups, or just even more just build the strength. It doesn't always have to represent physical. It could just represent mental strength. It could represent emotional strength. Build whatever strength that you need right now to kind of push yourself into something new or expand yourself, or maybe you can have the confidence and work on your self-esteem, work on your self-worth. However that can help you with that, and then connect with the earth. All right, whether you want to do some gardening in the month of September, okay, whether you want to go out and rake some leaves, if the leaves have started falling already, child, whether you want to walk on a trail, whether you want to be outside and be with nature and the water, whether you want to go climb a motherfucking mountain, okay, go connect with earth, okay? So those are also some self-care tips for y'all as well. This is why even when I pull some spiritual oracle card advice for y'all, environment is key. So for the month of September, cardinal signs, I really want you to make sure that you're taking care of your environment as well. This goes for your job environment, your car environment, your home environment, your room environment. Your environment can give you that space, that energy, that motivation, and it can also give you that sadness, that pain, and procrastination. So you need to really make sure that your environment is really healthy when it pertains to who you have in your environment, but also what you're seeing on your day-to-day environments. Whether you're at your job and maybe your job is depressing, maybe you're in your room, you need to throw away some furniture, get rid of some things, declutter. Whether it's even your car, maybe it's time to cleanse it, maybe it's time to put some new stuff in it, some new smells even, okay? This is the time to make sure that your environment is key. This card can also represent that maybe some of y'all could be moving somewhere new, maybe need to take like a little mini vacation if you need to, but your environment needs to kind of give you that rejuvenation that you need, okay? Y'all also did get past lives, complete your unfinished business. So some of y'all may be completing some unfinished business as far as some things that you wanted to start but probably kind of like procrastinated with, that kind of forgot all about. This could be a business, a creative project, a job, and then some of y'all have some unfinished business as far as maybe completing some things of the past that you need to kind of close the cycle with. So it's time to close out that cycle of that relationship, close out that cycle of that job, okay? It's time to make sure that you're completing any unfinished business before this eclipse energy come in. All right, and kind of force your ass to do it. Okay, make sure that you're figuring out what is it that you need to kind of dead away, so you don't mind and mind starting over and making space for more. Basically, okay. You got pause. Make sure that you're finding time to pause. Make sure that you're finding time to, self-reflect and heal yourself from any wounds or any baggage. Y'all also got Phoenix energy being centered around y'all. Like I said, this one says surrender to transformation and rebirth. Y'all are going through some heavy transformations and rebirth in the month of September. That's why I said September is going to be a month of y'all to where it's like, I'm tired, I'm fed up, I need more, I want more, and it's time for me to start going after what I want. So that's why I said y'all have heavy Phoenix energy being centered around y'all, okay? And that's why clarity came out for y'all. All right. right? Prepare to make decisions because clarity is going to be right around the corner to give you that wake-up call that you need. And clarity is going to be this damn eclipse. Okay, like I said, eclipse shows us our wake-up calls or the wake-up calls that we need so we can make sure that we're moving in the right way. Okay, and sometimes these wake-up calls could be shown to y'all very easily, and sometimes y'all still don't get the damn message. So sometimes eclipse energy have to come in and rattle us up, shake us up a little bit, okay? Bob our head some, just so we can kind of get it the fuck together and make sure that we're moving in the right way, okay? So cardinal signs, like I said, this is going to be a month to where with the moon card coming out, really utilize your intuition, really utilize paying attention to your dreams, but also not allowing your fears or any type of self-deception to get in the way in the month of September, okay? With the Page of Wands, a great time to start finding the enthusiasm that you need again, the spark that you need again, okay? Don't be afraid to have fun. Don't be afraid to create. Don't be afraid to even work on just shining more or maybe even putting yourself out there more, okay? I really feel like y'all have some great opportunities coming your way, a lot of good news. So September is going to be a month to where, like, let's remain optimistic. Let's not remain pessimistic or maybe angry because something is not working out as quick as we want it to work out. With the Four of Cups in reverse, this is the time to start finding ways to start picking up the speed again, no longer sitting in frustration or procrastination or, you know, delays. Let's undelay, okay, and let's start focusing on how we can pick it up and start seizing new opportunities, seizing new relationships, seizing new ideas that we could kind of start taking some more risk in with the Eight of Wands coming out, okay? Like I said, a lot of progress will be made for y'all in the month of September, but only if you are in that energy to do so. Only if you are ready to face what you have to face, but also release and block what you need to motherfucking release and block as well, okay? So with the Two of Cups, this could be stemming from a relationship that you need to release and block, because with the Two of Cups in reverse, some of y'all could be needed to either reevaluate a relationship to where y'all need to work on some things better, or maybe y'all could be detaching from some relationships, okay? Whether this is a romantic one, a friendship one, a business one, whatever, okay? And I feel like once y'all learn how to detach from whatever or whoever that's not working for you no more in your environment, in your space, in your happiness, with the Star card coming out in reverse, I really feel like it's going to allow y'all to start figuring out some ways to where you can build back up faith, okay? I feel like cardinal signs, y'all will kind of be put through the ringer, but as you're being put through the ringer, there's like a new energy of you coming out. There's a new version. There's a new wake-up call. There's a new mindset that I really feel like is going to really inspire y'all to kind of create more or have faith again or build again, okay? So, like I said, with the Hangman coming out, if you feel like you need to take a minute to pause, if you feel like you need to take a minute to observe and kind of expand your mind to really think, give yourself that space and time to do so, okay? With the Ten of Pentacles coming out, like I said, money could be looking good for some of y'all. Some of y'all could be getting like some type of raise, a promotion. Business could be booming. Shit, some of y'all could be winning the damn lottery. With the Wheel of Fortune card coming out, there's a lot of new cycles that's coming in for y'all. Y'all just have to really make sure that you're finding ways to make space for it, and don't be afraid to kind of get uncomfortable, okay? So going into your crystal cards, y'all got Angelite, Angelite. Support is all around you, okay? Spiritual and physical. Y'all got Shungite, Shungite. Detox your life. Okay, that means detoxing your health, detoxing your environment, detoxing your friends and relationships. Like I said, that Virgo eclipse is coming in, showing us where we need to detox, and when it pertains to our routines, but also when it pertains to our health. Okay, Moonstone, live your purpose. Okay, Moon stone, live your purpose. Okay, it's time to start working towards your purpose. Black Tourmaline. Okay, Tourmaline, protect your energy. Mind you, these are all crystal cards that y'all can go get from your local crystal store to help you protect yourself with this energy, okay? Black Tourmaline, protect your energy, protect your environment, protect your peace, okay? Jade, be the bigger person. Jade, be the bigger person. Stay away from any drama, any chaos. Be the bigger person also when it pertains to showing and figuring out where you need to stand up more for yourself, okay? Or maybe even stand up for others. And then Agate, Agate, get back into balance. It's time to get yourself back into balance in the month of September, okay? So like I said, this energy coming out for y'all, like I said, this is the time to make sure that you're standing firm in your beliefs. This is the time to make sure that you're focusing on your health. Make sure that you're also finding ways to network, meet new people, bring in some new opportunities that can help level you up, because like I said, September is going to be that month for y'all to where it's like enough is a fucking enough, and it's time for me to start going after more because I fucking deserve it, okay? Cardinal signs, thank y'all so much for tuning into your monthly forecast reading. I pray that everybody has an awesome, blessed, fulfilled, safe, prosperous September, and I will see y'all asses next month, okay? Bye.